That's about 5 seconds. Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Brill Vision. Wait, should that be my intro? This is Brill, and coming to you live. Well, when I recorded, and for Is It Just Me podcast. That's what we're here to talk about. We, meaning me, and actually Woodhouse is in the room. Say hi to Woodhouse, everybody. Don't I guess I gotta charge the phone. I have some app. I could have added applause for that. All right, everybody, introducing Woodhouse. That is not applause. Jabril. Anyways, we're here trying to do another super short podcast. I know it's been a while since my last one, but even more detailed to bring you up to speed. Why this wouldn't be a super short podcast if I go into what the fuck I've been up to exactly. I just came back from a birthday cruise, brought to you by my lovely girlfriend. It was awesome. She went too. It wasn't just me. That would have been weird. But there's a lot I could talk about right there. But I'm not going to do it. Not right now. Plus, I have to write out what I want to say because I feel like I speak weird. And not all the times are the intentions taken correctly interpreted, I suppose. Because I just recorded a Black Panther podcast with my friend, and honestly, I don't want to spoil anything too much, but you'll hear it later. I don't know how good it is. I'm just playing. It's really good. But no, the Thor one that's released. Let's not spoil anything. I feel like for a long time, you would have thought I hated that movie. I fucking love Thor 3. Ragnarok. I love that movie. It's awesome. But for like 20 minutes, I'm just bashing on it, talking about how much I hated the stupid, the unneeded commentary or the commentary repeating itself later, or the bad edits or something like that. But no, it was a great movie. And if I do that the wrong way with this birthday cruise, I don't know. Might get hit in the face. Anyways, this is Brill from Brill Vision. 2 minutes and 30 some seconds in, bringing you into his fucking podcast. We're going to try to keep this short, but it is May 19th. You'll be hearing this, I don't know, after. But I'm going to launch this up, and then eventually this weekend I'm going to finish the Black Panther podcast. And then you guys can check that out at Infinity Warm Up. Anyways, this is It Just Me? So we're going to stop hyping other stuff. So guess what? Who the fuck knows? I don't know. Birthday just went around the corner. So I got all these coupons and presents and stuff. I think I'm still actually expecting more. But these presents, I got some awesome presents. Again, I'm going to go over that probably later on another podcast. But one of them was a coupon or whatever. I don't go to Starbucks for the most part. They're everywhere. It's hard not to when you really want coffee on tap and you don't want to just stop off at a friend's house and enjoy a hot brew or a cold one, but they're everywhere. And honestly, most recently, I don't know how hipster we want to call me, because honestly, I don't really know the term all that well. I always use it wrong, I know, but I like Peet's. Typically I brew my own at home, like coffee. I just buy, my favorite flavor, and then I'm trying different brands. But yeah, I've noticed Starbucks doesn't taste better than Peet's for sure. Basically, you know what I'm noticing? The more the price goes up, the better it tastes. Not for everything, I'm sure, but for a lot of what we end up purchasing, especially food. I don't know about tasting like higher priced motor vehicles, but we all know when we spend a little bit more money, we end up getting more than, getting more than what we could have bought for spending cheap. So yeah, pizza's it's more expensive than Starbucks. It also tastes better, but I'm not the coffee connoisseur that you think I am. So I've noticed a change. That's all we're going to say. So I'm just like, all right, fuck it. I drink coffee like 6 days a week. I need to be drinking some good shit, treat myself a little bit. So I've been buying Peet's, and there's one Peet's not far from where I'm at from time to time. Not far from where I live, I don't think. But I go, it's, that's the only one I know of. They're not Starbucks. They're not just in every corner. So when I see them, I'm just like, and want to get one like right now. I'm just like, oh yeah, fuck it, let's go to Pete's. It's like, it's a candy store for me. I'm just like, let's get a Pete's, hop in there, just like, let me get a coffee all black. It's just hot or cold, don't care. Maybe. I have a cold brew I'm sipping on right now. Might be why I sound a little bit wired. Let's get that away from all the electrical equipment. But I got it from Starbucks. And about a week ago, I got a coupon saying, hey, look, okay, you buy something, you get something. End of story. Well, not just buy something, but like you buy something now, you'll get it, and then you'll get something for free afterward. So make you come back for something else later. So that's exactly what I did. I was like, cool. Bought a cold brew, probably, I think, a week ago, and then I got the coupon, and I was like, all right, time to hit this one before it expires. I'll buy this one for free. Awesome. Hit up my local Starbucks on the way back from a store. Drive-thru's like 7 cars long, and those are always hard to tell how hard it's worth the wait, because like fast food, I guess it's all a little bit difficult, but fast food, just a couple minutes per person. But coffee could be like, they should just show up and it's just ready. Like, what is that? What are you ordering here exactly? Like, oh, he ordered the super brew. We have to heat it, cool it, heat it, freeze it, whipped cream it, and serve that shit up his ass. That's how this one's served. I don't know why it takes so damn long. We're just ordering coffee, fellas. Maybe this is the hipster in me coming out, but you be the judge. So, my girlfriend and I, driving. She's driving, and she's like, I don't want to wait in that line. Just go inside. You're just ordering cold brew. Yeah, you're right. I know that's how Pete works. You get to the line, the cashier, pay for that shit, and they're just like, oh, it's cold, it's ready. Just wait. Just don't go anywhere. You just ordered regular black coffee. Here you go. And so I tried to show this lady. I was like, yeah. So, well, first of all, there's this asshole customer that was right in front of me. Like, as I got there was nobody inside in front of me. It was awesome. I was going to be in and out in just a quick minute. Probably a shorter amount of time than I've already done this podcast for. But I go in there, and then, like, this lady's like, wait, hold on. Jason. And this kid is like, he looks like he's 15 or something. He just keeps walking away. But he has to come back at some point because eventually his coffee will be there. So she's like, Jason, your payment did not go through. Come back here. Jason, you're going to have to pay for that. Jason. And then he's like, oh, shit. After the 34th time she called him, he heard it. She never changed her tone. I just stared. I'm not. You think I would help the situation so I can get my order in faster, because it's clear Jason doesn't want to finish his payment. 34 calls. People, this is Starbucks. It's not that big. It's not like a metropolitan Starbucks that has in like an airport or any bigger facility. It's just Starbucks. So I'm just like, all right, well, I was like, hey, what bean are you guys using for the cold brew? Or is there more than one? Like, is there an option? Like, I want a cold brew, but what bean do you have? And she's like, I don't understand. And I was like, I know that was a very thorough question, but I thought I'd hit all the points at once. What bean are you using for the cold brew? I mean, and is there just one cold brew? Is there multiple, Because as far as hot brew goes, they have like Pike Place, decaf, some shit, and like a double French roast. Okay, so if you just say, let me get black coffee, they're going to ask you which one. I don't know how fancy cold brew is. I know it's new-ish, because I just heard of it, I guess. And just like, all right, so what are you using for the cold brew? And she's like, yeah, I don't understand. And then she's like looking around, she's like, what bean are we using for the cold brew? And this girl's just like, I guess it is kind of a big Starbucks, because the girl on the other side of the counter didn't hear her like 4 times. That, or she had, I think, the ear that was closest to the voice was like, she had a headset on because she was doing drive-thru. Either way, what fucking bean are you guys using to make this goddamn coffee? Do you understand the question now? Is it that simple? Because check it out. Now, this isn't me talking in there. This is all in my head, because this is how stupid I am. I made cold brew coffee like the other day, literally like 30 some hours ago. I had some in the fridge brewing. It's not hard. And you know what? I used Pete's Major Dickinson's coffee. Big fucking surprise. I mean, it's a surprise because nobody knew, but I mean, it's not that difficult. You know what bean I'm using. So since you guys use at least 3 different coffee beans here to make this hot brew, maybe you got something going on for the cold. What bean are you using, please? Is this like is it a dark roast? Is it a medium roast? Is it a fucking light roast? Anything. You know anything about the cold brew? She's like, I don't know. This other girl's just like, it's cold brew. And I was like, it's cold brew. What bean, goddammit? She's like, it's a cold brew bean. And I was like, you think they would sell this there? Because they sell all their other fucking products. I know I'm a little mad right now. They have their coffee, their name, printed all over the coffee cups, the metal ones, the plastic ones with straws, giant mugs, French presses. They have their name all over everything in the store. You think someone there would be like, yeah, this work. If you wanted to do your own French press, you need that and this. You need this and that. Come on over here. I'll even sell you a cup. These fucking kids don't know anything. I don't even think they were kids. They were all in their mid-20s. Wouldn't call that a kid. Just younger. So they weren't able to tell me. They just said it was called cold brew. And I'm thinking at least one person knows, okay, yeah, no, there's a bean. It's right here. It's just cold brew. That's what we use. See that? We even sell it in store. Here's the weird thing is I know that everything they have there, they sell in the store. They sell it in the fucking, they don't sell their whipped cream, but anything that they produce, all their coffee beans that they use, you can go inside Starbucks, buy Pike Place beans, and then be like, I'd like a hot Pike Place grande to go. And then I'll buy what I'm drinking right fucking now. What? Something just happened on my computer. It's not that fucking complicated. I'm saying, is cold brew that new that they haven't done that yet? That they don't know what they're using? Because as far as I know, and I haven't done a lot of research, but you can cold brew using any bean, right? Now let's go to Pete's Coffee. I can ask them right now, what cold brew are you using? It's just one. Okay, that's fine. At least you know. Which bean is it? It's the Barigi or something like that. I don't remember how it's spelled, but it's something like that. And it's the one they also have bottled, ready to go, right in the front. So you don't even you can get a fresh one, or you can get one that's a little less fresh in a bottle. And then they sell it. I think they sell that bean in store, but they fucking tell you what bean they're using. And I don't know if that one is specific to cold brew, and instead of calling it cold brew Pete's, they called it Barigi. My point is, there's a billion different beans out there. They have names. Remember them. You don't remember all of them, but use the name. I'm using this bean right now. Right? So they use Barigi. Starbucks uses cold brew. Okay. I'm going to assume that's the name of it. They're just giving me the ass treatment for asking a question about my coffee. And it's like, you guys have so many customers. This can't be the first time you've heard this. Now, I'm assuming out of 100% of Americans, people who live around Starbucks, a solid, I don't know, a third of them probably shop at Starbucks, if not more. But I mean frequently. Let's get that out of the way. Not just they've had probably 80% of the population and customers at some point. But that's insane. So they're serving to everybody. So I don't know how vague this place is trying to be. If you go to McDonald's and I guess ask about their beef, they'd be like, look, dude, fucking it comes frozen. What do you want from me? It says beef. But this Starbucks doesn't, it seems like they cater mostly to people who want to drug up their coffee. And I know it's already starting with a caffeine drug, but just add in sugar and whipped cream, cream knockoffs. Selling all that shit to you kids. That's why they don't know anything. They're all fucking stupid. So anyways, we got through that process of the lady from across the room yelling, it's just cold brew. Okay? And I was just like, all right, fine. Let me get one of those. The biggest one you have. All black. Nothing. Don't do anything to it. Just black coffee. Okay. Now, I can't think. I know I've ordered cold brew from Starbucks before. It didn't normally take this long. I'm pretty sure if it's ready, because it brewed the other day, they just go up to the spout and pull the lever. I don't think they don't pull it out of a pitcher or anything like that. And they don't brew it right then and there because there's not enough time. So it's already ready somewhere. I just want a cup of it. So I go to where they, because she wasn't saying wait here or handing it to me. So I assume I had to go over to the other side of the counter and let the person behind me pay. And then I go to the other side of the counter and just stand there like an idiot and just wait for my black coffee. Well, but one thing I had seen in between that was, the drive-thru was moving, and then the what looked like the spout of cold brew topped out on someone's cup, and I saw half a cup full and a third of it full of foam. It definitely wasn't done yet. So I was like, okay. I was just sitting there waiting, going, if that's what's going on, I'll wait. I don't need to ask any questions. I know that it shouldn't take long to get to me. But then when you start seeing people like who are behind you in line getting their drinks right away, like I was like, okay, this guy and girl is ordering, and he handed her the cup, and I was like, is he going to hand it back right now? But it was hot. I think she just poured him a cup of hot coffee. And that was that. And I guess I can't really hate on that. I'm just over here by where I think the cold brew is, just waiting by it. Now I remember Starbucks is one of those places that takes your name when they take your order. I hate that because I always just, I just say J or something like that, and they misinterpret that and put all kinds of other shit there. So they didn't do that. Lady basically was giving me the shit treatment because I asked her which bean she used or they used for the cold brew. So they sent me packing over by where they hand them out, and then just waiting. And a solid like 5 minutes goes by at least, and I'm just standing around waiting. Everyone in front of me has been served, and people behind me are getting served. I'm like, come on, man, dude, I don't want to be that guy who gets upset over something stupid as, hey, I got here first. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm just waiting. Just chill out, just learn some patience. Maybe something's going on. And then, I don't know, maybe a minute and a half later, I couldn't take it. I saw people behind me getting their drinks that they had to blend together. And I was like, okay, I get it. There's multiple people doing different things. However, this is very simple. It's very simple. Like, at this point, I'm getting upset. Like, you just have to pull the lever, dude. That is it. And I've seen them already do that. And I was like, is that one mine? And they hand it to someone else. Or they nerfed it with some other fucking sugary beverage. So after those, a minute or a minute and a half went by, and I was just like, I just raised my hand. I was like, okay, look, hey, come on. All I'm waiting for is a giant, whatever large size black cold brew. That's it. That's all I bought. No one took my name. I know nothing added to it. Just that's it. And then they fucking ask you again. And I was very clear. Just a large black. When you say black, that is it. I don't know if black means no cream and then you can add some sugar. Pretty sure black just means plain. That's how I use it. Just black coffee. You want any sugar? You can hand it to me if you want, I suppose. But no, I do not. I said black. That definitely means no cream. I think if I just wanted a large coffee with no cream, I'd probably say no cream. I guess black is one syllable versus two. Either way. I guess plain. You know what? That's going to be my new word. Because black isn't enough. Because I hate hearing that shit all over again. It's weird. It's fucking weird. People ask that question like right after they heard it. Like, oh, black, will you want anything for it? Motherfucker. Okay, I'm just going to say large, plain, cold brew. That is it. So that's what I'm trying to say to these people. Just large, black, cold brew. That's it. I already paid for it. I'm just waiting for it. Come on. Like, I'm waiting way too long for this. I feel like. And then this girl comes up and she's just like, so you don't want anything done to it? And I was just like, just black. Thank you. And she's like, okay. And then she goes over to the drive-through section of where they're just handing them out to the people who drive through, just tossing coffees at people. And then she goes up to it and then she just grabs one and hands it to me. She goes, large black, nothing. Here you go. And I was just like, thank you. And I grab it and I put the straw in it, or the straw's already in it, and I just look at it, just venti cold brew. Okay, I'm out of here. Just fucking walk out with my free drink, but waiting 13 minutes too long for this. And then I just start talking shit to my girlfriend. As soon as I get there, I was just like, yeah, am I too hipster or what? Is their audience just so bland of, just add sugar and hazelnut cream to my fucking nasty, get me fat and cancerous beverage? Everyone I'd like that too, don't get me wrong, but all the time, they give you the weirdest fucking look sometimes. You just black. Dude, can I get a black coffee? You want room for cream? No. I will. Give me the goddamn coffee. What does it matter with you people? You actually like it that way? Just shut up. Shut up. Don't be asking you questions. Some people in this world don't just want sugar handed to them. God damn it. Am I that hipster now? I have to shut. Well, by the way, I'm done with Starbucks. If that wasn't not even just that. If that wasn't clear enough, because it wasn't, I would totally go back for more. It's not that I'm not going to go there anymore. It's just I've been a gold member for a few years, and it was not that hard to build up a bunch of stars within a short amount of time, I guess, if you were buying coffee a lot. So I'd get the free one every however many, but they want too many stars from me. Fuck that, and I'm not going there anymore. I'd rather just make it at home. One of the many presents I got was a cold brew, like little pitcher. I can make like 3 cups in like 20 hours. I guess more cups since cups are like 6 ounces for coffee. I don't know. I can make a few cups in like 20 hours. It's pretty dope and it tastes really good. And I don't have to fucking add anything to it and ask all these stupid questions and be like, "Can you scan your card, please?" So yeah, fuck you, Starbucks. Teach somebody something there since you have all these specific products. God, Jesus. What flavor? What brand? What's going on with this bean right here? It's just coffee, bro. You never had the one that's just coffee? Huh? You never had the coffee that's just coffee? Like, yeah, I did a long fucking time ago. You guys have all these flavors and blends, and you can't tell me which one you used? Fucking assholes. It's pretty good, though. You know, that's something I've learned recently. You got to watch out for on the cold brews. Cold brews. Some of the ones that I use the instructions on the pitcher itself that the cold brew maker was, the box that it came in. And it gave you, like here's a low concentration, here's the highest concentration you would use to make this cold brew. And from what I've heard, it takes more coffee. So technically more expensive to make cold brew other than the hot one. But the ratio they give me, nah. I've been making my own black coffee for a while, and I use about the max you would use per cup. Should be, I think it's 2 tablespoons or 1 scoop per 6 ounces of water. And it was way under that. I don't remember what the cold brew one is because I only used their recipe once. It was really good, though. It was, that one was, because there was more water, it was more hydrating or less dehydrating because of less coffee. Whichever way you would look at it. But the one I made after, I used it the way that I make it, and it was less refreshing, more caffeinated. Patent on that word. Caffeinated. My point is, I've always noticed when I drink like Frappuccinos, because, hey, don't be throwing tomatoes at me, okay? All right, I'm talking all this shit like a coffee hipster, and all of a sudden I'm talking about Frappuccinos. I love a good Frappuccino. I can't drink them anymore. They kind of make me sick. But when I had them, they were gone in like a minute. I'd take them to work, and like 5 minutes later they were gone. I was, slurping the whipped cream left over. They're just too good. It's just like it's like a tiny shake with barely a little bit of coffee in it. I'm not going to let that just sit there and get warm. And it's like mixed with ice and, come on. I've noticed that hot coffee, you drink slower typically, but you also enjoy it more on account of drinking it slower. The point is, you can drink cold coffee a lot faster. It's refreshing. It's cold. It feels a lot, it's just easier to go down. It doesn't burn you, I suppose. My overall point is, I've noticed that especially the lower, whatever. Look, the cold brews are so cold and delicious that you can drink this like soda, okay? This is for all you kids out there who are overdosing in your coffee. Learn your max dose limit per day, okay? And if you just want to fuck around and you want to get yourself hurt, do what I kind of did, which is just drink that cold brew today and not realize that you've only been drinking cold brew coffee. So if you just remove that word, you've only been drinking coffee today. Wow. Like water, but, dark water. You can, probably hurt yourself by overdosing on that. And what I'm saying is it's a lot easier to do with cold brews. Because now that I make it at home, I'm like all about it. I buy good beans. Thank you, Pete. And try different ones and whatnot. Like I said, the Major Dickinson's ones is the one I'm trying now. It's really good. I think I've only tried it once, though. But it's good. So I make that at home. But if I'm not careful, like some people with counting calories, like I'm just going to be like drinking that all day. And it's like, holy shit, dude. That's all you do is just drink coffee every day, all day, every day. Going to end up hurting myself, I guess. I really don't know, but it will be dehydrating the more and more I do it. So watch it. Make sure to drink some coffee. This is a disclaimer from the coffee companies. Make sure to drink some water. Make sure to drink coffee. But in between your coffee, drink some water. Especially if you're drinking cold brew, because you could just totally just overdose and not realize it. Delicious. But speaking of that coffee temperature thing, I know I'm making this podcast long. It's already at 25 minutes. Well, I think now. It's like at 25 minutes. I bought like a hot coffee, like a metal mug recently. I was like, this is going to be so awesome. My coffee's going to be hot for so long. And before I would use like a disposable cup, I guess, if I was at work. And like, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to just use my own cup. But the disposable, I guess it wouldn't really get cold by the time I'm finished drinking it. So the only problem was I had to toss that because it'd get gross after a while. I can't just keep using the same one. So I just wanted my own cup. So I got the metal mug, and looking at the sticker, it's like, keeps your coffee or water or tea hot for 3 hours. And I'm like, how hot, dude? 3 hours? I don't want to, like, at the initial pour of my coffee, I'm not trying to have it that temperature at all while I'm consuming it. I wait for that, that great, I don't know, that drinking point. You have to let it cool down for a little bit and then drink it at that delicious point, and don't let it get too cold. You have to let that, I don't know, so I guess you'd have to pour it at the proper time to get that temperature going on. Because I would just pour it in there, put the seal on there, and it had the mouthpiece for a little bit of air to come out. And then like an hour later, I was still burning my tongue. The same cup of coffee. And I don't treat coffee that way. I want a second cup. Like if I'm just trying to spread out that one cup, that'd be cool. But who the fuck wants their liquid hot for 3 hours? Like, look, listen, check it out. If this is your only drink, you don't drink it for 3 hours. How big is that drink? You drink like 6 to 12 ounces of liquid for 3 hours. That's it? No water or anything in between? Am I making a point? I don't want one beverage to last 3 hours. I don't want one meal to last 3 hours. That sounds awful. That'd be terrible. I mean, unless it's a super delicious, long-lasting meal, but that's not the way it goes. Like, after a solid hour, there's no way I'm still eating. That'd be way too much. I'd just give up out of boredom. I'm only a third full? Fuck this. Flip over the table. I just got to... I don't know. I guess I should probably cap it off at that. Where are we at? 27 minutes. This has been a podcast of me just hating on who and what I think hipster are. I am Ron Burgundy. This is just me just railing off on Starbucks. Yeah, so y'all suck, but there's nothing I can do about it, because just like everything else, like McDonald's, that isn't really a delicious kind of cheap food to eat. It's not either of those two. I guess it is cheap, but it's not good at all. But there's a shit ton of them. Starbucks is kind of that same way. It is good, don't get me wrong, but they should just, I don't know. I guess Starbucks doesn't mean anything to me. I was gonna say they just call it coffee shop. Should be called the know nothing stupid people shop that aren't educated in anything. They don't represent anything in their company. They just, sir, I just pour the coffee, okay? And at some point, I move up to pour the sugar. And after that, I'll be handing those coffees off and calling names and on my way to assistant manager in no time. This has been a super long, super short podcast by Brill from Brillovision on the Is It Just Me podcast. Side note, just saw Deadpool 2. God, I love that movie. It was awesome. Spoiler alert. Loving that movie. Gotta convince my homeboy Trey to do a podcast on it. I don't have any of my contact information in front of me, but you can find me at the Is It Just Me podcast. I'm on iTunes. You can check it out. I wonder if you can search that and find it on Facebook. But if not, just search Brill Vision. Hope I didn't say Brillovision. Erase that O from your remembrance of it. It's Brill Vision now. So Brill Vision Is It Just Me podcast. I'm also one of the two hosts from the Infinity Warm Up podcast. You can find that in Infinity Warm Up at Twitter. All this stuff is connected to my Facebook account. Just look up Brill Vision, or I think it's on there. It's Jabril Parima. I'm pretty sure all that's on there. YouTube. I'm on iTunes. Both of those podcasts are. I think the Infinity Warm-Up podcast is submitted to Spotify. It's on its way to getting out to my 2 subscribers. Working on getting this thing a little bit bigger and better. Leave any comments, hate mail, all that stuff. Like I said, Facebook, Twitter, iHeartRadio, I think. The other one is on YouTube. You can find all this stuff. Let me know how stupid it is. Let me know how much you love me. But yeah, I'd like to do this more frequently, more short. 30 minutes is going pretty well, but I also need to keep constant communication with y'all. So I'll come back for the what I've been doing with my Christmas birthday gifts. Oh yeah. Peace out, y'all.